You will learn how to write ad copy for Google Ads that not only get clicks, but more importantly, consistent conversions. In this video, you will master my 3-step process to create perfect Google search ads. With this process, you will not only get clicks, but you will also filter out low quality traffic even before they click on your ads and waste thousands of dollars of your ad spend. But I have taken this one step ahead, and at the end of the video, I will tell you a secret on how you can check the individual performance of every single element of your ad copies, so you can double down on the best and kick out the worst. So in a Google search ads, we have 2 elements which you would see in every single ad, and that is these headlines and then these descriptions below. After these 2 elements, the others are called ad extensions, and they are optional. You may or may not see that in the ad. So what are these right here? We have these 2 which are called call outs, and then we have these highlights that says which are structured snippets, and after that we have some other links which are called site links. So 2 elements are missing on this particular ad. Let's jump to another one. So we have this call extension that straight away calls us, and then we have a missing piece of the puzzle, which is this picture, and we can easily add it right there, which we will learn. So let's go to our Google ad account and answer this particular question. How many headlines and descriptions we need to write? So Google says you need to have 3 headlines at least and 2 descriptions that you should provide. But what is the best practices? How many you should have to get some results? So first, let's come to this particular point. Why Google gives you so many choices of selecting these headlines and descriptions. You can select 15 headlines and you can also go with 4 descriptions. So why so many? Only because Google can test and find out which is working best. So you should give 15 or 5 to 6. My general rule of thumb is to go with 8 to 10 unique headlines, and another advice which I follow, and that is try to make unique headlines and descriptions. And if you cannot make these unique headlines and descriptions based on our 3-step process which I will describe now, then stop right there. That's enough. So this elite ad copy tutorial is based on 3 points. So you will understand these 3 points and make your headline, descriptions, extensions, everything according to that. And by following that step by step, you will notice exceptional results, not only the clicks, but also the conversions from your ads. So let's straight away go to our point number 1. So the first step in this 3-step journey is to confirm. The user need to know they see the right ad and they see whatever they are looking for. So how do you do that? We need to show them the same term or the very similar term that they are searching. And this is possible with the help of 2 steps. First, you are going to find out your top 5 top performing keywords. And when I say top performing, I mean the ones that show up quite often and get more clicks. So right now here, I have these 5 keywords that have very high volume. So I would pick these keywords from here and put it into my Google Ads. And then I have to complete my second step. Now I have added these on my headlines, but job is not finished. The second part, we have to make them Google Ads ready. And how we are going to do that? First, you would go to your first keyword and see if it looks well or not, and mine doesn't look good at all. So I have to make sure I keep these particular terms like emergency plumber, and then we have local plumbing services, water heater repair, 24-hour plumber, best plumbers. I need to keep this in my headlines and I need to make it a perfect headline. So how am I going to do that? I will remove this near me thing right here and I can write something like call an emergency plumber now. Now it looks fine and it is under the 30 character limit. So for this one, I can add another word at the start, which is best. Now it looks better than what it was before, like best local plumbing services. Now for water heater repair, I can add something at the start, I believe. So I can add fast water heater repair. Now it is way better than what it was before. And then moving on to another one. 24-hour plumber. It doesn't look very good, so we have to add something. We can add another element of trust, which is trusted 24-hour plumber. And then we have the last one, which is best plumbers. And then one thing we know, people want to find plumbers near them, so right in that local area. So we can add something here, near you. So in this way, we have applied our first step of the journey, but here's a shortcut to this, and that shortcut is called dynamic keyword insertion. So what Google is gonna do, whatever someone search, if your keyword triggers that particular search, Google is going to show your keyword as your headline. It has its pros and its cons. So I can tell you what its cons are. So as you can see, our first keyword was emergency plumber near me. So that means the headline would be emergency plumber near me, and that is not very good. So if you have some good keywords which can show up a headline, you can do something like this. You can go for a curly bracket here, and then you have this keyword insertion option. You will select that, and then here you can give any placeholder, and then you will apply. So whatever someone searches, the keyword that triggers your ad is going to show up in the headline. So that is very relevant to that. Now, here comes another question. What you have to do for brand campaigns? Anyone searching for a brand would search for a brand name. So we can simply add a headline as a brand name. For example, your brand could be this, and then you will go to pin, and then you can pin it at number 1 position. So your brand name is gonna appear on the first position. They will see that, click on it. Now step 1 of our journey is complete, which was to confirm. We have confirmed, and now moving to the second step. And I can tell you in this tutorial, as we move forward, you have less and less competition because people don't do these kind of things. So that means you have a better chance at winning after you watch this tutorial. So our second point is unique selling points. So these are features or benefits that you have and your competitors don't have. And a lot of people struggle on finding like, what are our unique selling points? Trust me, you know it very well. But if you don't know it, then I have got you covered because I have this free Google Ads cheat sheet which you can use, and it is free of course. The only cost is you should subscribe, which you can do it now and watch this till the end. That's it. So I have this link in the description, and you will come here, visit this particular section where I have listed some USPs. It's kind of USP template. So you can come here and you can grab yours, what your business offers. So I would grab some of here which are related to the business that I am making ad for, and then I would refine it just as in the first step we have refined that confirm thing. So I would just copy these terms and again paste it in my Google Ads one by one. So I have copied and pasted these 3 unique selling points, and in fact you can do more because later in this tutorial you will need that. And then we have 5-star rated by X plus. So this business has around 150. So I would just put it right here and then book in 1 minute online. Yes, they have a form they can call. So you can book it right here. And similarly, you will refine your unique selling points. Now, after step 2, we have the last but not the least, the final step, which is filter. Long story short, we just pre-qualify our traffic before they click. So as you know, in Google Ads, when someone clicks, Google is going to deduct your money and there is no way back. So we want to make sure that we pre-qualify as many people as we can before they click on our ad. Right, so what these pre-qualifiers could be, I have again covered it in my template. So we have some points here. The pricing is one which I would mention here, and online or in person, this is just for another kind of business, which is like, for example, therapy business. Some offer online, some offer in person. So you have to make sure you differentiate that. And then there are some services which are for homeowners, some services which are for businesses. And then we have this price, which is my point of concern. So I would just copy it from here and then paste it in my Google Ads. And then I would just put my price right here. So we start at $200 for those who are not going to pay that kind of money. They would just drop right there at the ad and click on someone else because we don't want them to click our ad and waste our money. So our 3-step process for headline is complete. Now we have to make our descriptions and we have to make our extension. And good news is we have already done more hard work than we have to do in this tutorial going forward. So we just have to arrange the pieces of the puzzle and that's it. So now moving on to our descriptions. As you know, after headlines, the second most important part in our Google ad is description that shows no matter what. So in this description, we have 2 methods, and don't worry, that's not a lengthy process at all. So we will go to our cheat sheet and see our first method, which is a question. So we would ask in our description, are you looking or do you need this X service that we offer? Like, for example, are you looking for local plumber in New York? And then we have a question mark and then we'll answer that. Call us now to book our 5-star plumbing service. So by asking the question first, we can relate to them. So if we are you looking for a local plumber? And then they would say in their mind, yes, I have to click on that. And then second, I have this call to action in my description, which is again fulfilling an objective. And the third, I have this 5-star plumbing service, which is again my unique selling proposition. So everything is coming together to get a click. And this was the first point, which was a question. And then the second point, which is very easy, you just have to mix your unique selling points, which you had collected from here, right? So I would just simply put my unique selling points here. Let's see what they are. Just copy, and I would make sure I would just separate them out, and then I would copy this one, paste it right here, again separate it out, and then copy this one, paste it right here. These two are my techniques to write good descriptions, and there are a lot of other generic stuff, but I don't like that so much. So now we have headlines, now we have descriptions. Another thing which we have to go is images. You can simply click on add images and add that. What kind of images that should be? Make sure they are very high quality and very relevant to your business. So if you are a service business, it could be you who are offering the service, or it could be your team at work. And make sure there is no text overlay, everything. Just follow this advice which they have right here. And then after that, we have the business name. You would give it here, business logo, give it here, no problem. And then we come to our site links. So now what are these site links? These are the other relevant links on your website. So what you can add here, what is the best practice? A lot of people, they are interested in review. So I like to add our review page right here. So you would just click on that plus sign, click on site link test. Again, you remember those unique selling points. We have to use it right here. So we had some reviews on our site. So I would just direct what our customers say, and then you can add a description line if you want to, but it's optional. And then you can add the final URL. I can add any because I cannot disclose a lot of things. And then we have to add the second site link. Again, you can pick something like, if you offer a discount, then you can put 15% off, and then you can link it to your homepage or any other relevant page. Make sure the page is very relevant. A lot of people, they put like want to book now, like I can put it here, want to book now. Or you can put book in 60 seconds and then go to your contact us page right here. So this is leading to your contact us page where they can book right now. So you got the concept. Site links, they are the relevant links to your site. So you have to add in this way, which is very fascinating. And then you will click on create. So how many site links you need to have? I would recommend 3 to 4, and that's enough. And then we move on to more asset types. And there we have promotions. For service businesses or e-commerce, I recommend this thing. You have to add promotions. How you do that? Here I would tell you. So for this kind of business, we offer some 25% discount for new customers. So you would put it here, percent discount, and then I would put 25%, and here you can see on the right what it looks like. So I would just complete this one, 25% off for new customers. So this is another way to make your ad unique and better than competitors. Even if you are not offering discount, I would recommend you to have just 5 or 10%, because clearly we like to go after discounts. So then you will add your final URL, the same URL, which is the landing page, no problem. And after that, you would click on save, click on apply, and then we have prices. It's okay, we have already added in the headline. And then we have this call extension, click on it. This is very, very important for service businesses. So here they would directly click on it and call you on your phone, and this is what you want. So you would simply give your phone number here. So here you would give your phone number exactly as it is on your website, and make sure you have set up your conversion tracking for phone number. I have this complete video which is in the description below. You have to watch if you haven't set up the conversion tracking. So both the videos, which is one with the old interface, one with the new Google Ads interface, they are in the description. So go watch that after this one. So you will just put the phone number here like this, and then click on advanced option. A lot of people, their ad schedule is like 7 days a week and then all 24 hours. So for them, you have to make sure your call extension is there on Google Ads only when you're available to answer your phone calls. And for most people, it's 9 to 5, so you can put your time right here, and then you can click save. After that, click on apply. And then another thing that we have is call outs, as you had seen in the earlier example which I have shown you. Again, we have done most of the hard work. Call outs are again our unique selling points or offers. So what we do right here for our business, what are the unique selling points? We offer free estimate. And then another thing which we have already mentioned in the promotions, we offer some discount. So if you offer something free, some discount, you can put it right here. So we have created our callouts, then you will click save. I would recommend to create 3 or 4, then click save. And then we have structure snippets, which is the last thing which we're going to do right now. So what these structure snippets are, let's create one. These are the types or the inventory of your services that you have right now. If I click on this header type right here, you can select any of them. For service businesses, it could be service catalog, it could be types. And if you're selling e-commerce or something like that, it could be styles, models. So I would just go with types and then these kind of services here. And I would put all the relevant services that I have here in a little detail. So for me, it could be leak repair, drain cleaning, and all these things. I will put it here. So after putting your relevant services, again, click on create and then click on save. So after that, you would click on this save button. And before you do that, just make sure you don't have any grammar mistakes, because that's something that matters a lot to Google. It matters a lot to the users. So you would check all your grammar, everything, and then click on save ad. Now, after creating an ad, here's a $1 million question which nobody asks. How you are going to know if your ad is doing well or not? If any of your headline is not performing, your descriptions are bad, how are you gonna know? Make sure you give it enough time, enough clicks, enough impressions, and then you go to your Google Ads, just select the date. I would go with my last 90 days here. Then I would go here in the assets, and in my assets, I would click on headline. So here you can see which one is performing best, which headline is performing well, which one is not performing at all. So you can see this one, in-person couples therapy, this is fantastic. And then we have this couples counseling, couples therapy in New Jersey. So these are doing hell of a job. And then we have some others, and then you will see your descriptions as well. Just click on it and see what is the performance of your description. So you would land here and you would not only make sure you have a good CTR, but you would also make sure you have a good conversion rate, because at the end of the day, it's the conversions that matter. So give your ad enough time and then see which one is performing, which one is not, then go back, change the ad copy. So I hope you like this video. If you have any question related to Google Ads, landing pages, you can ask me in the comment section and I will make sure I reply as soon as possible. And if you need a free consultation from me, you can go to scalekit.com. There you can also read my blogs and you can also schedule a free 30-minute consultation with me. So at the end, subscribe and see you in another video.